Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, what is good, StarCraft 2 fans? Today we are having another best of 9 series. Today we are watching, well, luckily enough, watching Zest vs soO. Pretty darn cool matchup if you ask me. It's a little bit bright in here, so I'm squinting my eyes. But yeah, other than that, into the clan, a lovely organization, Korean organization, helping us get these matches going, show matches and everything. Yeah, of course, they were doing a bigger event as well, which was on Creighton's channel. Bigger tournament of sorts. And now they're doing these show matches as well. And luckily enough for me, I'm here to cast them. So, at least this one. Some cool stuff indeed. Zest vs soO. You know what? I'm kind of excited to see this one. Very curious to see if Zest is still as busy with those adept glaives, or if he actually is going to try something else this time around and throw some variety into his game. We're just going to have to wait and see. I mean, he is the boss when it comes to the glaives, but maybe this time around it's going to be a little bit different. Anyway, we're loading into these two players here, as we are going firstly on Eternal Empire. I hope you guys are having a good morning, a good day so far. A lovely bit of time. Alright, anyway, here we go. Best of 9 activated. Press the button. In the bottom left side of the map, we have a red Protoss player. He's playing for Raise Your Edge Gaming. He is Zest. In the top right side, we have a blue Zerg. Fighting for the Afrika Freaks, he is none other than soO. Alright, so things looking pretty normal so far. Nothing too crazy happening just yet. We did see soO go down to a whole lot of adept glaives recently, right? It doesn't feel like he's very comfortable against it. Okay, we do have this third base location being taken first, due to the probe being an annoying little bugger. And yeah, just kind of being forced onto that third base location. It's going to go into scout now. It's checking to see whether or not there is a spawning pool here. I think he kind of missed. Oh my god, that is unfortunate. Imagine if he just stayed there for a moment. You're not going to get your gas. Anyway. Yeah. Looking smooth so far. So he realizes the spawning pool timing feels secure to go for that Nexus here. Before the Cybernetics core. Solid start. Good reads so far from, well, Zest, I suppose. soO not really having much information to read just yet. It's going to have to wait for that Overlord to get into position here. And he's going to be able to see kind of some tiny little things that perhaps are going to tell him what is happening in this series so far. So, is he going to go for a very quick third base here? Is he going to go for the Queens beforehand? It is going to be the Queens, alright. Fair enough. 2 Queens, couple of Lings as well. As is per usual. Alright, here is where we're going to see if the gateway attack is going to be started up rather soon. And yeah, there it goes. Okay, so a little bit of an indicator that it most likely won't be the Stargate. We do see an Adept as well coming out. A little bit of a precursor, perhaps. Oh my dear lord, it is a Stargate nonetheless. Okay, wow. So usually you do see that gateway attack being delayed here a little bit in favor for getting the Stargate. But yeah, Zest not letting that really get in the way of getting his gateway attack as quickly as possible. It might be a little bit of a follow-up of his gateway units afterwards, of course. That's always a possibility. Perhaps he's just going to go for, well, I guess this is looking like an Oracle kind of thing. But of course, he could just make a Phoenix and start killing off all the Overlords here. It's a possibility. Or an Oracle and then just scout for the Overlords, I suppose. Okay, yeah, so there is the Oracle. Fair enough. Scouting in with the Adept here. Just kind of taking note of the overall units amount. Not seeing any roaches anywhere, which is important as well, of course, to see. The Adept, a very valuable scouting unit. Truly the Reaper of the Protoss race. Coming back home again with that Adept. There is the, well, third gas for Zest, and also a third base now established for soO. There's the Roach Warren as well. Could potentially still go for that, you know what, 3 base aggression with the Roach Warren. Still quite strong against Protoss recently, as they do tend to be a little bit greedy, on the greedy side here. As you can see, you know, Oracles don't do that great against those units. And then it looks like maybe, perhaps, Zest will go into a different attack route after this one as well. Maybe a Twilight Council, I am expecting. But we're gonna have to wait and see. Oh, it's another Stargate. Oh my dear lord. Zest just throwing everything in the wind here. Everything that we kind of expected from him now not really happening. And soO getting caught off guard here as well. Losing 10 workers. That is some great damage right there. Overlord gonna get killed off as well before the Overlord gets a chance to see that second Stargate here. That is very interesting. Okay, so soO realizing he has to make something happen pretty soon here. He took, you know what, way too much damage here. 38 drones versus 46 probes now. And in come the Adepts this time around as well. Oh my dear lord. That could, you know what, actually he should cancel this, right? He doesn't cancel them. Okay, he's just gonna go in. I don't mind that there's roaches here. Who cares about those queens and lings? It's fine. I'm Zest. I can do whatever I want. And you know what? I don't think he's wrong here. But then again, I mean, the Nidus Worm on his side of the base, or the map, is going to be a problem. Especially considering he just did lose a couple of those Adepts. 3 Adepts going to go down there. And he doesn't have that much to begin with, right? He's trying to make shield batteries here. Chronoing out an Immortal, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough anymore. Maybe a little bit too much of the Stargate attack here for Zest to really make anything good happen. Probes being pulled, and that is going to be at least a whole lot of damage being taken here. Queens ready to pounce as well, right on top of those Oracles. The Oracles getting dangerously low, but the shield batteries finish up right in time. And you know what? It looks like Zest, that Immortal popping out as well. He may very well have held here with just 8 workers dying here. That is a very stellar hold. Is he going to be able to just push this attack entirely backwards now? It looks like he might be able to. And, you know, that could be very well quite a painful situation for soO here. Oh, it's even going to lose the Nidus Worm now. Has to rebuild that one. A little bit of an investment that he probably didn't want to make here. And yeah, I mean, oh, okay, well, he doesn't really have anything of a follow-up now. And it looks like Zest, he's just scouting, checking to see if there's any 4th base. What is the follow-up here for soO? Oh, the Queen's coming back. He needs to start injecting his hatcheries again, because they have not been helped out all that much. And also they need to start protecting against the Oracles, who are still roaming the map here. Another Overlord gonna get gunned down. And here we have, you know what, actually that might have been a little bit of an overextension for Zest. Although he does have the force fields. Should be okay, good control there. Nice positioning of those sentries being on the back side of the army. The first units that get squished against the wall there, very well placed. And yeah, soO, what can he really manage from this situation? He went home, he did some injecting. He's got 2 queens left as a defensive measure. But at the front door, he mostly only has those Zerglings. Just a couple of roaches, well, Ravages and 1 roach. And if we take a look at the army of Zest, that is just... It's not really Protoss army material for Zerglings to kill. We need to see amazing biles here. The most beautiful of biles that have ever reach the StarCraft 2 lands. Which might be rough. Although the Lynx might get a really good surround, make it very difficult for Zest to really, you know what, dodge them. But I'm not sure if that's gonna work here, especially with the War Prism already available as well. Immortals getting a bit anxious, a bit impatient. Moving forward, trying to get what they can. Things are looking like they will be ramping up pretty soon here. I guess soO does have the 3 base economy. He is just making Lings, Roaches and Ravagers though. So, this is completely an all-in, guys. Do not be mistaken. He is containing Zest on 2 bases as well, which is making this a whole lot more doable. But here we go, those Lings, you know what? They're not being force fielded away from the army here. Those Ravagers still pretty strong and fighting away from the shield batteries as well. Maybe not the best of ideas. The War Prism not yet being fully utilized with the micro here. As well as I saw. And once again, a little bit of a stalemate situation. More Lings spilling out here. Zest might be getting a little bit impatient. Wants to clean out this army. Wants to take that 3rd base. You know what? He's just going to go for this 3rd base. It looks like a very smart maneuver. Actually, is he going to? Yeah, okay, he is. He's positioning himself there. I love the spreading of units here to the right as well. Making it very difficult for Lings to get on top of that Immortal. And, of course, also making it harder for those Vials to be connecting here. And, you know what? That was some beautiful micro with that War Prism right there. And it looks like, you know what, Zest may have done it. Pushing back all the Roaches, all the Ravagers. With the right army composition having been created here. This attack not really going to be able to do too much, unfortunately. And Zest now, you know what, he can put his 3rd base here. Doesn't have to wait for that creep to dissipate. It's a little bit more vulnerable for run-bys, with Lings, of course. But other than that, it's pretty darn good, just because he can have that 3rd base a lot earlier on. Does definitely need it, especially because his main base is kind of running out, and his natural base is going to be running out pretty soon out of some of these mineral patches. As you can see, only 100 minerals left on most of those places. soO a little bit looking out here, checking to see where those where that 3rd base is. Sees all the probes moving northward, so now should be aware that that is the location of that 3rd base. This is just an overall very difficult situation already, guys. Of course, I mean, soO took a lot of damage early on, right? He took 18 drone damage, which is almost double of what Zest took in probe damage. And, of course, that was a lot earlier in the game as well, so it's just very difficult for him now to make a comeback happen here. Especially after that first initial aggression just kind of failing there. Zest is in the driver's seat. He can do a lot of whatever the hell he wants to. And so far it looks like he's just kind of trying to check around. Wants to be aware of what soO is really doing. And soO, so far, I mean, he is just staying on 3 base. Pretty much, right? Yeah, he is just staying on the 3 base. Thank you for the follow, by the way. AHS. And then a bunch of numbers. Don't know if the number spelled something as well. It's a little bit too slow to read that one. Anyway, yeah, so now completely assured that there is in fact a 3rd base there. Had to double check. Maybe the probes were going to a further northward location. That would be a little bit crazy. Not something you see every day, but of course still possible. The Zealots here, you know what, not getting too much surface area. Kind of interesting to see that happening. Zergling's blocking of Zealots from getting a lot of surface area on those Roaches. But, yeah, in comes soO again. A 2nd attempt here to break Zest. And I'm a little bit surprised that he wants to go into this location right here. It's a lot tinier of a choke. And, wow, okay, well, this is crazy. This is a complete role reversal, it feels like. Zest is coming around for a flanking maneuver. This is not what I'm really used to be seeing in a ZvP. Usually it's the Zerg coming in from flanks and different angles. This time around, I mean, this is an awkward location as well, especially, I mean, soO, what are you doing trying to fight off ramp here? That is not what you want to do against those hefty numbers of Archons and Immortals. I mean, yeah, he's just going to get pummeled now. Didn't have a good concave, didn't have a good spread, and that arc on splash damage, I mean, it's definitely put quite a number there on the forces of soO. And yeah, that's going to be game number 1 going into Zest his way without using any Adept Glaive builds as well, guys. That is, that's a little bit interesting. It's not what we were expecting. A great opening, honestly, from Zest. Going for the Stargate play. Wanting to go for the double Stargate play. Even further mind gaming his opponents into doing something that nobody really is used of seeing out of Zest. And you know what? For a moment I was afraid, because I thought, you know, that second Stargate is not going to be all too helpful against this attack coming in now from soO, the counter aggression. But ultimately, it didn't matter. He just had enough units. He had the shield batteries in time, cancel that third base to have more money, and absolutely slapped soO down. Zest, yeah. I mean, people keep saying it. People keep saying it. Macari, Derry, also saying it. I hope I say that alright. Anyway. Simulacrum will be our next one. Some Korean talk. Also, the Korean commentator being very enthusiastic about it, counting down, just spamming 3s, 2s, and 1s. Some funny stuff. Alright, guys, let me update the score here and get you guys into game number 2 between these two players. In the top left side of the map, we have from Raise Your Edge Gaming, the red Protoss player. He's... Alright, well, we'll have to keep our eyes on that one. He is Zest. His opponent, it's the blue Zerg. In the bottom right, from Afrika Freaks, he is soO. Yeah, this is unusual. Very quick probe here. Wait, did he do this the previous time as well? I mean, it looks like he may have, because again, he's gonna be able to block off this natural base here, giving soO a little bit of a run for his money, literally. He has to run further for that money. I'm just gonna take the triangular base further, closer towards the Protoss here. That's an interesting base to take. It's going to be quicker now for any type of adepts, of course, to get there. Maybe, you know what, it might be a little bit easier as well for Oracles, right? To keep jumping back and forth between these two bases and then rotating to this one as well. It's a shorter distance overall. But then again, maybe that's going to make it a little bit easier for those queens. Well, I say queens, but you know what? No, it's not going to help out the queens, is it? Still a long way to walk there. Alright, but anyway, maybe he's not gonna do the Stargate opening this time around, or the Adept Glaive opening. I mean, so far it looks like Zest has been on the ball, trying to surprise soO here, making life a little bit more difficult for him with the mind games. Ninja Toss, thank you for the follow as well, my friend. Hope you're having a good time. Cybernetic score now on the way. Let's wait and see what's going to happen with that one. An attack that will be developed afterwards, of course. soO still just going to go for the earlier queens instead of that quick third base. Really does seem to be his style here. Just want to see some Zergs just seem to prefer to have that third base a little bit quicker. Other Zergs just seem to like to have their queens out. Personally, I think, you know what, just having the queens out, you're already going to get a whole lot of larvae from that, right? And then you're going to have to extra edit on defense as well. Lost my nickname. Thank you so much as well, my friend. Stargate. Once again, going to be the tech of choice here. I'm not completely sure. I wasn't paying attention whether or not he was grabbing that gateway tech at the same time, but I am kind of assuming that he... Well, actually, I'm not quite sure. FDRSTC. Also, appreciate it, buddy. But yeah, I'm not quite sure, actually. Seeing the timings over here, I think he did actually grab the Stargate this time in front. Oh, that one didn't give me a... I just heard the sound there. No message. Interesting. Alright, anyway. Thank you. Oracle is going to be produced firstly here. The Overlord hasn't gone for any scouting business just yet. It's going to be difficult as well. KODK, thank you as well. I might just stop calling them out here for a short period of time. This keeps going with this tempo, guys. I appreciate it, but jeez Louise, there's some StarCraft 2 to be casted. Alright, Roach Warren. Brotals. Alright, anyway, yeah, Roach Warren on the way, Lay Attack on the way. Lay Attack at the right timing here should be able to defend against any Dark Templar if they were going to be coming out. Unfortunately for him, you know what, that's not going to be the case. Again, we are having that Stargate opening here. And once again, you know what, these bases are looking rather lackluster from air defense. They do not have very much at all. And now he sees these adepts as well shading outwards. So maybe he's even going to be further confused as soon as these oracles start to hit here. And Zest, you know what, he is, he's just completely blindsiding soO every single time now. Coming in again here. Hey, hello. We're oracles. And yeah, I mean, killing off 6 works this time. Not as many as the previous time, of course, but still a reasonable amount of kills there. The adepts as well, I mean, went backwards it looks like, and now coming, unless if they got killed. They did not get killed, so these are the same adepts. And now trying to make something happen, perhaps. Or just playing defensively actually against these links. Alright, that's a solid plan too. They still gain their value that way. Okay, looks like the Oracle has returned with more shields. And yeah, again, a lot of kills here. 6 more, making 12 in total. And this base open as well. But looks like Zest is gonna, you know what, let those drones go for now. And oh my dear lord. Alright, soO. This is feeling a little bit familiar, isn't it, guys? And this time, Zest didn't even build a secondary Stargate. It is just gateways. It is just a robotics facility. This could be trouble. The third base did get cancelled already here. Zest is just completely aware. Did he see the Nidus? Yes, he did. Alright, so, you know what? I mean, this is going to be rough. This is just going to be rough, I think. There's 2 shield batteries on the way. A secondary pylon as well for that front door. Very important to add that one into the mix. Want to be able to keep those shield batteries up and rolling. And, of course, also your gateways. He is on the outside of his wall, though. So maybe, perhaps, the poke damage can do a bit more this time around. We're gonna have to wait and see. Those Immortals still in range of the shield batteries pretty much. And yeah, great control so far from Zest. It's a lot of links. And the gateway is gone now. Is he gonna try to get more surface area open here? It looks like he will. He's gonna need 3 or perhaps 2 more biles like that to really clean up this wall. And then is he gonna have the time though? Of course, that is the question here. Zest needs to hold on. I mean, his forces are they're pretty reasonable against the forces of what soO has. Zerglings trying to get on top of this army, just not getting much of surface area whatsoever. A lot of them just wiggling underneath there, and yeah, I mean, oh my dear lord, Zest is just making this look like a silly thing to do, isn't he? We just lost a lot of workers, and well, I know you want to do an all-in from this, but you know what? It's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. The main thing, once again, soO managed to do that was just kind of delaying Zest from getting a 3rd base. Now, oh my god, he still doesn't have a Spore Crawler here, so more drones gonna fall here. And that is just very painful. That is just very painful. That is not something you want to see happening here for soO. And he's just making more roaches. He's making more links right now. He's getting roach speed as well. Alright. He's going to attempt a 2nd wave of roach ravagers once again here. It does feel like this is just the way he wants to play this. And since we did see him do the exact same thing, so it's probably still a little bit safer than just going for the macro play, I suppose, when you're this far behind. Losing 23 workers this early on. But still, I mean, there's so many things that you see Zerg doing recently that is just not happening by soO right now, right? He's not going for the Overlord speed. He's not trying to see if it's a Stargate play or not. A lot of Zergs even throw down the Spore Crawlers just out of safety when they aren't completely sure what is happening. Because that means if it is a Stargate, you're just gonna die. It's just, you know, nothing's good is gonna happen for you. And yeah, I mean, Zest is ahead in supply now. 88 supply. Oh, well, it did tie up right now. So 88 versus 88. Yeah, okay. I mean, +1 is on the way. But then again, for Zest as well. And it's going to finish up sooner. It's going to get charged now too. This is not looking good. Same amount of bases here for the Zerg and the Protoss. And, yeah. Alright, well, we're just going to have to wait and see here how this is going to develop. The entirety of the army now as well being revealed by the Oracle. And a Overseer coming across the map. A little bit late to figure out what the army composition is. It might be able to spot out some sort of a... well, I guess he's just going to go for the main base here, actually. Interesting. Alright. It would be smart to also keep one with the main army, of course, because there are oracles on the map. Status traps are a thing. Definitely could be a thing here as well. Okay, those links did manage to wiggle that way in between the reinforcements and the main army here, so a good little sly maneuver with those roaches and ravagers, forcing everything downwards. And then grabbing himself a free immortal. But he needs to do so much more to really get himself into a winnable position here. I know he has 30 more supply here in army, but that is mostly roaches. And having to fight up a ramp like this one on Simulacrum, it's just a really rough situation, guys. It is. It's looking very dire here, right? In come the roaches on the top side now, trying to provide an opening here for the roaches on the bottom, but there's no ravagers at the bottom side, so those force fields are just chilling there. And it's gonna mean, yeah, a very desynchronized attack here from soO. He's gonna attempt to get the attention from Zest on the bottom here, as he is coming in from the top as well. Nice around, reasonable concave here this time around. So going a lot better than it did the previous time, but still, I mean, Zest, he's just slapping it down so far. These force fields as well, just being absolutely amazing. Money-making force fields here. Honestly. And now, yeah, soO, his supply is just stagnating. Going down further and further into the almost equal state now. Getting caught out by those force fields over and over again. Trying to break Zest. Alright, this is possibly the final attempt. He's really committing now. Can he do it? I mean, those immortals, they are a little bit low. There's still a War Prism to help out with the micro, though. It looks like it is on point. The micro manages to save most of those immortals still. And yeah, that's going to be it. It's going to have to be a GG. And there it is. 2 games in a row. Zest manages to just completely catch soO off guard and go for a big Stargate play. Get a whole lot of value. And yeah, just kind of put soO in a position that is just seemingly unwinnable. Just not much he could do. I mean, the roach attack, yeah, sure, I guess that is a good choice in a way. Where you're like, you know what? I lost a lot of workers. I probably shouldn't go for the macro game anymore. Let me just do this last ditch effort. But it looks like Zest is just completely aware, and that's all he's prepping for. And then he's just slapping him down. He's just making it look absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, alright. I mean, the 2 commentators are gonna have a TVT if we aren't switched. It would be a little bit silly here. Nice cast. Ah, thank you. Nice chatting as well. Is that an L or is that a capitalized I? I'm not completely sure. Aren't all names capital? No, actually, no, they're not. My name isn't, so I'm not completely sure. OG. I'm just gonna call you OG. Alright, there they are. Okay. Both players are seated. They are itching to go forwards with game number 3. Can we get soO in a more advantageous position here? Can he not lose 12 workers right from the get-go this time around? That's the question. Zest continuously coming in with 2 oracles so far. Absolutely blindsiding soO. And, I mean, soO's just going to have to change something here. It definitely feels like he's just prepping blindly for the adept pressure. And then just doesn't really have a plan B right now. So, you know what? Let's hope something else is going to be arriving here. The plan has to be changed, but maybe not for this guy because it's working out so far pretty darn well. It's the red Brodels. Out he goes again to start blocking that hatchery. Very cool stuff, honestly. Not something you see from all the Brodelses recently. But anyway, it's the red Brodels from Raise Your Edge Gaming. He is Zest. In the top right, his opponent. Can he switch it up? Can he figure out the entire strategy of Zest right here, right now? He needs to get on top of his scouting. He is the Blue Zerg. He is from Africa Freaks. soO. Once again, look at that. This timing of the probe is so nice. That's just... that must be so annoying. And... oh my dear lord. Alright, alright. soO's making the best of this situation. He's just gonna grab the rich Vespian Geyser here. Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. That if you do want to go for a Ravager Roach all in after losing a lot of your economy, this is going to help out a lot because, you know what, you're just going to have 3 extra workers available to mine the minerals, of course, as you don't have to put them all on the, well, 2 gas geysers. You just have the singular gas geyser. Okay, now, Zest checking around, seeing that there is, in fact, of course, that base there. And goes for the cybernetic skull first here. Very interesting. I'm not sure if that was... he did that before he saw the hatchery. I don't think... I'm pretty sure he saw the hatchery before that. Maybe he wasn't sure if the hatchery was timed in a way where the spawning pool was built first or the hatchery, but that's interesting. Or perhaps it's just because of the rich Vespian Geyser, he wants to be a little bit quicker with his tac units and play it a little bit safer this way. But soO, I mean, he's making advantage of this, and he's going to go for that very quick 3rd base before the queens this time around. And just going to go for maximum greed in the early parts of this game. Now, the only thing he really has to be aware of course, is... well, I mean, Zest did get that cybernetic skull beforehand, so any type of aggression could arrive a little bit earlier on here. soO, a very good player, of course, should be able to figure out what is happening. Let's see if he will. That's the next question, of course. Adept. Gliding his way across the map here. This would be a nice position, in fact. Oh, my dear lord. Okay, that doesn't reach. I always thought that would reach. Oh, I guess it doesn't. I think Zest was a little bit surprised as well. Alright, now 2 adepts though. Are gonna be some troublemakers here in the main base, perhaps. Looks like there is enough links to kind of block this. Oh my dear lord, that queen body blocking here. Some lovely stuff. Okay, and the adepts now on the other side. I think there were links here, right? Yeah, okay, there's still links here as well. Should be able to force these adepts further away. As those links block access here to the drones, and yeah, out they go. And this time around, alright guys, we're seeing it. The famous build here from Zest. It's the Adept Glaives. And man, imagine if soon this time around is gonna go for the blind spore crawlers and just adds in spore crawlers right now. That would be pretty crazy, but no, okay, he grabs a Roach Warren. That's a good structure to have against the depths. Now finally grabbing that rich Vespian Geyser as well. It did take him a while here. And I was expecting it a little bit sooner, but I guess with the 3 hatchery, you want to have as many minerals as possible to make those, make the queens and make the drones. It's, well, it might have been paying well for him this time around. The Lynx should be spotting this War Prism as well. Lovely scouting there from soO. And now is completely aware of the, well, I guess the battle plan here. Or what most likely is the battle plan. There is the Zerglings scouting it out. Ikaro, thank you for the follow, my man. Alright, in come the Adepts. Here they are. They are shading. No, they're not shading, actually. Oh, that was a bit of a nice maneuver there. Pretending to shade and then cancelling the shade. Not really gaining too much value, though, unfortunately, in that little moments of confusion. 2 roaches are here now with the links as well. There's just not enough just yet to really fight the Adepts head on. And a lot of these drones, they are still on this side here. They're not being pulled away whatsoever. Oh my dear lord, this might be just too much damage once again being taken here by soO. The drones only now being escorted away, but now the Adepts are, of course, in a different base entirely. Roaches need to block off the entry here, but they do not manage to get into between the hatchery and the spawning pool in time. Now chasing down these Adepts, he needs to get into the natural base. Oh my dear lord, Zest, I don't know how he does this, but I mean, you can see him do it, but it's like he's always getting so much more value from these Adepts than anybody else. Here's 2 more Adepts over here as well. Let's take a look. 2 kills here, 1 kill here, so more, just more and more drones falling here. 25 so far having been killed off, and yeah, I mean, the income difference right now, absolutely amazing. 3rd base on the way for Zest. We did have a little bit of a follow train there, guys, but I was too stoked about that attack, and soO once again getting kind of face planted here by those Adepts. Now moving across the map with those roaches. I mean, alright, here we go again. Attempting another one. Good riddance. Thank you for the follow. And soO, I mean, this is again once more a last-ditch effort after just taking an enormous amount of economic damage early on. Feels like he has to make something happen here. And once again, great force fields, great location for his army from Zest to be in. Making life extremely difficult for the Zerg player. But, you know what? He lets him in for now. Alright, this is interesting. Wait, what happened with the army of Zest there? I think he got a little bit confused with how these roaches and links were gonna be moving, even though he had an observer right above the army there. Links are in the main base. They are nibbling away at those probes. Looks like they are getting away right now, but you know what, the main army's here, of course. It's only 6 probes have fallen so far. Gateway, not the biggest of things to really pick off here, but is going to allow more links to run into the main base if he wants to. This might actually be the most favorable fight so far that we've had. The most economic damage has been taken. But I guess, I mean, alright, yeah, it's true. A lot of Adepts dying is a lot more costly than just 2 oracles. And then as I'm getting kind of excited here for soO, I scroll down a little bit. I see more Adepts, another Immortal, just absolutely demolishing the back line here for soO. And more links are on the way, and the Adept numbers are dwindling a little bit here. But yeah, soO, I would love to see him just not try to fight the army too much. Just use the Ravager's Biles now to force this army not to go into the main base or the natural base. Doesn't look like Zest is too bothered by it, though. Okay, no, the links are still going to get some value there. So, you know what? Overall, he still needs to do more damage, though. soO, incredibly far behind still. It's nice that he is grabbing a couple of worker kills here, right? Killed off 15 workers in total, but he lost 30 workers earlier on. And, yeah, army composition-wise, not really in a favorable position either. Alright. Also, Koba, thank you for helping out with that Match Arena page, of course. Very much appreciated, man. Yeah, I think we're just gonna see soO slowly trying to bang his head one more time into the forces of Zest here. But Zest, I mean, he's only been growing stronger here. I feel like he did lose a little bit of economy. Is that gonna be enough, though? I mean, it's still 42 workers versus 29 right now. Oh, that is so rough. Alright, Lings need to get a good surround here on those Immortals. The War Prism a little bit far away, but it does get here in time. Once again, gonna help those Immortals escape anything bad. And yeah, I'm feeling it, guys. I'm feeling the GG coming in pretty soon here. My caster senses are tingling. As soon as this fight goes into the favor for Zest, I mean, what else can you ask of soO? What in the world can he do from this location? There it is, GG. 3 games in a row. Zest absolutely on a tear here. People keep calling him the best, and you know why? Well, he's showing it right here, right now. Alright, guys, so talking about the match arena, Koba did help us out there a little bit. Let me actually get into the lobby first of all. And as I'm getting in the lobby... Oh, my dear lord. Thank you for the donation. Gadji Woad. Very much appreciated, buddy. Hope you're having a good time. That's crazy, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alright, yeah. So, I mean, Zest... Jeez Louise, dude. He needs to slow down. We've only been going for 40 minutes and already... we're on the halfway mark here, pretty much. And even past that, if Zest is just going to win 2 games in a row here, that is a rough pill to swallow, honestly. It really does feel like Zest, or soO, is just kind of struggling perhaps a little bit here against the Protoss race overall. We need to wait 1 minute. Oh, okay, so that gives me actually a little bit of time here to talk about the Matcherino page. Guys, if you haven't already... I missed that one. If you haven't already, there is a Matcherino page. There is a code you can do. So all you need to do is over here. You press this and then you go log in with the Twitch thingamajig. Like so. You grab yourself a code. Press contribute. Coupon code BLEM. Easy peasy. Nothing too hard for StarCraft 2 players, right? All of the StarCraft 2 players could do this 25 times probably in the time in which I'm doing this. So... You know what, guys? Try to help out. Try to give us a little bit of extra money here for the prize pool. If you want to do more, there's quests here as well. If you want to actually spend money on the prize pool as well, it's always possible. We would appreciate it. So, oh, that's the wrong. Professionalism. Yay! All right. Looks like we are gonna hop into the next one though. But you know what? As we are loading up. Let me make a quick shout out for one of our very special sponsors, one of the newer ones. It is the F-Bomb. They make some fine line low carb and high fat foods that help you eat a healthier diet. They research, test, taste and source the highest quality ingredients and put them into custom made packages as well. So thanks to F-Bomb products and their unique packaging, finding tasty, high-quality food options at home or even on the go is no longer a real challenge. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or on a hike, traveling the world, anywhere, you'll be wanting to sport those F-bombs. Maybe not right now, guys, as we are in quarantine, but even in quarantine, I mean, they stay good for a long period of time. So, F-bomb, go check them out, guys. Let me load up this one. Bam! Alright, and now we go into the game. Here we go. Game number 4 between these two badass StarCraft 2 players. In the bottom right side, there is a red Raise Your Edge Gaming Protoss. He is Zest. Going for the low ground wall here, as is the usual. Isn't going to go for the block off this time around, though. So soO, surprised to find his own base ready to be taken here. Anyway, I already said his name. It's the Blue Zerg from Afrika Freaks. He is a soO. Maybe on this map, Zest didn't want soO to take a third base location, as the third base location is a gold base. So that is for sure gonna help out with a Roach-Ling aggression. If you do manage to even do a little bit of economic damage, it's gonna be less impactful against those Roach numbers and those Ling numbers, of course. You're still gonna have quite a bit of money to spend on anything of the sort. So interesting to see a little bit of a variation here already coming out of Zest. I'm not quite sure if that is the reasoning, but you know what? That's the only reasoning I can really come up with right now. I am a caster though, of course, so... Wait, why? Oh, okay, I see. Cassid, thank you for the follow as well. I got confused there when iPod in the chat typed Matcherino exclamation mark and it didn't appear, but it's on a timer, of course. If somebody else used it a little bit earlier on, it's not gonna go off. Very quick third base here for soO. Again, quite interesting to see a little bit of variation again, and once more, not taking that gold base. I mean, the gold base, it is quite close to the Protoss, and I suppose you also have those back sides, right? So maybe Zest going for those oracles, going for those adepts. Maybe it's a little bit scary for soO to really go for those gold bases because of this. Droopy from France, thank you so much as well. Hope you're having a good time, enjoying yourself, watching the great StarCraft 2 games. Well, I say great StarCraft 2 games. It's more so a Zest massacre right now, or a soO massacre, depending on how those two words actually work in the English language. And adapt. Okay, not gonna finish here. Would be a little bit silly after all. And wow, once more an entirely something different here from Zest, going for the Dark Shrine. So far, to be fair, I mean, I didn't really pay attention to the last game, but the first two games Zest or soO continuously made this lay attack in time, right? For something of Dark Templar aggression. Is he going to do this again? I mean, he did go for the quick third base. It might be a little bit different this time around. Wants to do it around the 4-minute mark at least. A little bit before the 4-minute mark might be preferable actually as well. And, well, let's see. Okay, well, there it is. There's the lay attack coming out. I think, you know what, if I'm not mistaken, this should be in time here. Learning more and more about these timings, guys, as I cast more games. Especially thanks to Matisse. Matisse coaching. Great guy. Helping out all sorts of StarCraft 2 players around the world. Anyway, yeah. It's gonna use that War Prism. Of course, the War Prism on its own, not really telling of what is happening here. This probe on the low ground, that is interesting as well. Using that War Prism to get a third base here instead of on the other location. This Overlord is going to stop here, so he's not going to be able to really scout this just yet. That is a bit unfortunate for soO perhaps, but you know what? A nice thing for Zest. Now Zest, he's not even going to bother going for Dark Templars, it looks like. He's just going to go for those Archons. Which is the right choice to do, actually, in this situation, right? Because we already saw the lay attack was on the way here. I'm not sure if Zest noticed that as well. He did not. He just assumes that soO is going to not make a mistake like that by not having that lay attack up and running before the DT timing. Roach speed on the way. Also a Forge here. Archon drops are going to start hitting pretty soon. And soO, did he already see that third base? He did not, so he's still completely unaware of this. This third base happening here. Which might put him in a little bit of a more cautious situation than he really has to be. I mean, he did see... I think he did see that there was mining happening here. So maybe he's anticipating a third base to be going up right about now. Maybe later on. Or even maybe there might be an attack from this side. Yeah, we are seeing these minerals now being cleaned up. Maybe soO's just wanting to expand there himself. His drones being picked off by the Archons. 0 F's given. That is... oh, that is in fact a... Nice, okay. Yeah, wow. Just jumping on the biggest of clusters of roaches here. That is assembled anywhere on the map. The Archon's absolutely fine. They don't mind. They can take a beating. They can take a punch on the nose. No problem. So these links here in the natural base are still looking. I think soO... My dear lord, what if he's still just not aware? Okay, he must be, right? These roaches coming in here, he knows. He should know. Even though he didn't see it, he saw those probes mining out the minerals, so... In he comes. This could be dangerous for Zest, as he only has 44 supply right now. King Lu 2. Appreciating all the follows here. And this time around, I mean, soO did not take any economic damage. So this time, for the first time, it looks like soO is going to be able to do his aggression that he wants to. But is it going to be enough? Still, I mean, Zest proven that he is very, very capable of holding his ground against any type of roach aggression. He has some amazing control with that Warp Prism. Great force fields continuously as well, hitting non-stop. And, alright, it looks like another attack coming in actually on the natural base here. But, I mean, is this gonna be enough? Gonna have to zoom back and forth between these two locations here. Alright, the roaches, they are being attacked by those Dark Templar. But it looks like the Overseer coming in time. And you know what, this multi-pronged aggression seemingly to be working out rather nicely now, this time for soO. Oh boy, those force fields are absolutely spot on the money. And yeah, that's a lot of the aggression here being gunned down. On this side still, roaches going strong. But it looks like those two Archons and the Stalkers are slowly whittling down the army here. But you know what, soO grabbing everything and gonna just pummel down the front door here. Putting all his eggs in the basket here of the northern side. And fighting against half the Protoss army as... well, the rest now also arriving, of course. soO could just jump back into the Night Swim and start attacking the other side again if he wants to. And slowly keep doing damage this way. Oh my dear lord. Alright, he just steps out. He just steps out. Zest. On match points here, guys. This is... Zest losing to Scarlet 3-0 this morning, and now this. Really? Really? I did not see that one. That's pretty cool. I did not anticipate that either, honestly. I mean, seeing Zest play right now, he's just... easy, no problem. But then again, to be fair... soO didn't... isn't really trying to get anywhere late game. He's just doing the same thing over and over again. And it feels like Zest just kind of is aware of that happening. I missed the 10 dead drones. Yeah, maybe. There was a lot of stuff happening there. But to be fair, when that attack started, really no drones were killed then. And that was an attack just fully, just kind of coordinated by soO. It might have been that it was partly because he didn't see the probe being dropped onto the low grounds and then making the nexus that way. So he was anticipating that third base nexus somewhere a little bit earlier on. Scarlet plays more aggressive. Okay, okay. Interesting. Interesting. So I guess he is just going for the counter aggression continuously. But yeah, let me just try to maybe do a little bit of thinking on this one. Perhaps, right? I'm saying perhaps. I'm not sure if this was the case, but soO, not seeing that third base from Zest, anticipates some sort of an attack coming in. He doesn't realize that. Oh, AK, welcome, AK. How you weren't following us yet, AK? Oh my dear lord. Anyway, he was anticipating some sort of an attack. He was prepping for the Adept Glaives, perhaps. I mean, he knew there was already something happening, but just didn't see it there. E-Packs as well. Thank you so much, my man. Thank you so much for those follows, guys. But yeah, didn't anticipate that happening. Going for the defensive units and then just kind of being stuck on a whole bunch of roaches there without them having too much to do. The score right now is 0-4. soO has a long mountain to climb, and talking about soO, he's spawning here in the top left side, the blue Zerg from Afrika Freaks. We already said his name, it's soO. In the bottom right side, it's the red Protoss. The red Protoss on it. You know what? I don't know what to call it. He's just stampeding all over soO's face right now. He is the Razor Edge Gaming Protoss. He is Zest. Can someone tell soO that it's actually good for Zerg to take a fourth base? Yeah. I mean, he has been a little bit stuck here, it seems. Going for another third base. To be fair, those first 2 games, he got absolutely blindsided by those oracles, losing a lot of drones, and then just not really having a good follow-up there. Third game, we saw Zest going for the Adept Glaives immediately. You know what, and yeah, soO, once again, first of all, not anticipating those oracles, and then afterwards, not really anticipating the Adept Glaives anymore. And then, game number 4, soO finally kind of being able to make something happen. Perhaps he didn't anticipate Zest to have that third base up and rolling as quickly as he did. Making a lot of roaches and then just gunning for the attack here. Didn't really work out, unfortunately, though. Apparently, but now I'm... so, yeah, don't want to miss out on the good. Thank you, AK. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so, second base for Zest being taken. soO, looks like he is going to grab his queens this time around instead of the third quick base. And let's take a look at the cybernetic score so far. Has been gunning for that gateway as quickly as possible. Is interesting for Zest. Doesn't necessarily mean that he is not going to go for that Stargate, as we have learned here. And there it is, once again, the Stargate being thrown down. A little bit of a mind game perhaps here. I'm not quite sure how aware Zest is. I think Zest is more so a player that just kind of does his own thing. So I'm not sure how aware he is of the builds of other Protosses where they skip that Warp Gate attack to get a quicker Stargate here. But still, alright. Anyway. Nice catch on the one Ling here. Should be able to get the other Ling perhaps as well. Run, little Ling, run! Okay, the Queen is coming in. Should be able to force that Adapt backwards here. Nice zoning with those units, of course. Third base for soO is being created here. And Oracle's once again going to be the choice of a unit from that Stargate. Zest is chronoing out right now. And once again, we're seeing this Overlord from soO being very passive. Not going for a scout whatsoever. No Overlord speed on the way either. And it's just making it very difficult for soO to really see what is happening here and what's coming his way. I think that is one of the bigger things that is making life very easy here for Zest. Because he's just continuously throwing soO off the scent of what he's doing. Alright, second Oracle is going to pop out pretty soon here. There is a Zergling who might be able to spot those Oracles. That would be a big deal. It might give him a little bit of heads up to start moving his queens into position and start making a couple of Spore Crawlers. Alright, so there they are, moving over them, and immediately, there it is, a Spore Crawler being thrown down. So, already a lot better of a situation here for soO. Very smart to put those links across the map here, trying to figure out if there is, in fact, once more Oracles on the way here. But, of course, the Spore Crawler's not done yet, and there's only a single Queen here. Oh, my dear lord, there might still be a lot of drones going to go down here. But, you know what, only 3 so far. The Queens have been absolutely doing some beautiful work there. Those Queens deserve a medal, honestly. They, forcing those Oracles further away again. Great job there. Only losing 4 drones. And soO, I don't know, Remy. I don't know. I don't think that soO is on tilt right now. You know what? That was some great just overall scouting, getting the insight, and then also still maneuvering his queens in an absolutely beautiful way. Minimizing the drone damage here. Adepts, though. Looks like, you know, there might be enough of these Zerglings. And yeah, the Adepts have to blink backwards. Roach is now on the way. Oh my dear lord. Are we gonna... Oh my god, soO's gonna go for the same attack again here. A lot of roaches gonna be thrown out. And yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see if this is if this is gonna work out this time around. 4 losses after doing Roach and Zergling aggressions. I mean, beforehand I thought he was doing this because he lost his drones. Now I'm not so sure anymore. Maybe he's just doing it because he wants to not play against Zest. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, this is so far not really working out for him. Is it gonna work out this time around? Who knows? Who knows? It's, you know what? 5th time is the charm, right? Isn't it? That's what they say. That's the saying. Alright. In he goes. Those Lynx waiting to go for a run by. Getting caught out, though, by the Protoss army. The Protoss army being positioned in a way where they might be able to... Wait, the third base didn't get cancelled here by Zest. That is very interesting. Maybe a bit of a misclick, maybe a bit of a misplay. Maybe he just wants to buy a little bit of extra time for more units to be warped in. Get another warp in around here. Oh my god, he's supply blocked as well. That is very rough. Zest actually being supply blocked here is a crucial time. Now he's not going to have another, you know what, Immortal. He doesn't have a War Prism actually either. And you know what? Actually, this one time, finally, soO's going to be able to find victory here. The GG is called. And, alright, well, soO manages to get a win on the board here. That's gotta have to feel good for him. Holy moly, guys, finally, soO managing to get something to happen there. And, yeah. I mean, Zest, maybe he didn't expect the roaches again, but yeah. That supply block, not cancelling off the third base, definitely seemed like he just didn't anticipate that counter-aggression. In those previous games that he did win, of course, we did see him just having a War Prism out, chronoing out those Immortals, having more shield batteries as well. I'm not sure how many he had there. Our best of 9s are not cursed after all. Let's hope not. Never surrender. Okay, soO, can he do it this time? Wait, what happens here? Zest left the party. Maybe they are cursed. No, I think he's waiting for a re-invite, perhaps. Yeah, he's back. It's fine, it's fine. Alright, guys. So, as we are waiting here, let me do another shout out to one of our sponsors. One of the newest sponsors. They are G Fuel. If you haven't heard about G Fuel, well, then you have not really been a gamer, because they have been the official drink of esports since 2004. They've been providing top gamers and gaming personalities such as PewDiePie and Dr. Disrespect with energy, focus, and endurance. They've released their new flavor, which is the Castro's Guava, a flavor that pays tribute to the streamer Castro's rich Mexican heritage. Get a new flavor alone or in its limited edition collector's box. G Fuel adds to the prize pool, and we are very appreciative of that. So go check them out, guys, on the Matcherino page and try to complete some quests for them as well. And go get yourself some G Fuel if you wanna be a better gamer. All right, guys, G Fuel. Let me. Oh, well, I wasn't on the ball there with the crap. There it is. Production. All right, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. All right, guys, here we go. Game number 6. It happened. It happened, guys. In the top right, he finally lost the game here. It's the Blue Protoss. He is Raise Your Edge Gaming Zest. His opponent, the Afrika Freaks Red Zerg in the bottom left side. Coincidentally, on the opposite side of the map, it's the one, it's the only, it's soO. Someone said Mexican, yeah, it's a Mexican flavor. It's a lovely flavor. I'm not, well, oh my lord. What in the world are we watching here? soO, he's ramping up that aggression here. I mean, this might be the best map to try and do something like this, as it is a quite open area. Of course, it is still difficult to make work. Okay, Zest. It's gonna take a while to scout this, as soO only now coming down the ramp here. And the pylon block, he wants to make sure, yeah, Zest has to get into this main base, has to see what is happening here. Needs to know that he can't just throw down a Nexus here. Needs to grab that cybernetic skull first and start chronoing out a Zealot. And wait, what? Interesting. Interesting. Is it not necessary? Is it not necessary? I mean, he scouted it. He scouted the timing. Score wrong? No. soO's on 1 point. Right? Am I going crazy? Am I going crazy here? I don't think I am, right? I don't know. I don't. Well, we'll have to check it later on. I don't think he is. I don't think he is Piercing Freak. Anyway, Alright, a little bit of a mind-bending moment there for me. 2 links only being constructed here, actually. So, you know what, I mean, that's interesting on its own already. Just 2 links. All gonna help out potentially with the scouting here. But other than that, you know what, Zest didn't really respond in any kind of manner. He didn't make the Zealots. He didn't go for the Cybernetics call first. He didn't do anything else really of the sorts to prep for any type of aggression. I don't think he did. I think that was the first victory here for soO. Zest won 4 games in a row, and soO just finally managed to grab a victory there. It's all good, my dude. It's all good. Alright, here is the Stargate attack once again coming out for Zest. Of course, there's a little bit of a delay here on the stream, guys, so it takes me a while to catch up with all of you. Probe. On the way, Stargate. Let's see what is gonna come out of this one. Debs, you know, that's some nice insight there from soO. Oh my god, soO finally using that Overlord here as well. Looks like he is going for a good scout this time around. Oh, SC2 followers have a bit crazy. Have to be a bit crazy. Yeah, that's right. Blizzard drives us insane. Indeed they do. They definitely do. Oh, silly Blizzard. Keeping us on our edge. And there's the Spore Crawlers right in time this time around, of course, as well. That Overlord, you know what, probably not really meant to stay alive here for a long amount of time. With that Phoenix on the way and those gateways finishing up. Might even see a Stalker being warped in here. Actually, no, that's just a Phoenix already. Wait, did he go? Oh, he went single Oracle this time. And then Phoenix, and then another Oracle. Alright. I guess you don't need the double Oracle to come in as quickly as possible right now. And, yeah, I mean, to be fair towards Zest, this is the first time we've seen that Overlord make a fly into the base here, right? soO every single time has just kept that Overlord on his high ground perch, kind of just sitting there, chilling, you know, on the front door steps of the Protoss base, and, yeah, just not really doing anything with it. So, might be the reason why he didn't make the Stalker there. And 3 drones go down. Oracle falls as well, though. Nice little bit of Queen micro so far. And the Oracle coming into the main base, trying to get some more kills. You know, it gets 1. Forces a Spore Crawler to quickly be created and cancelled. So, not too bad, not too bad. Oh, wait, what in the world are we seeing here, guys? Is this going to be the... oh my god, is this going to be Mass Oracle? Please tell me it's Mass Oracle. Oh my god, it is. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, this is something we have been seeing from, I believe, Trap mostly, right? Who has been popularizing this. The Mass Oracle build on this map. There's so much dead space that those Oracles can get a lot of work done. So far, here, soO, I don't think he's going to be aware that anything of this magnitude is coming his way. And he definitely needs to... he needs to figure it out as soon as possible. He is making a Hydralisk then, so that is good. He's not going to go for the Roach defense this time around. He might be expecting it. Of course, like I said, it's been popularized a little bit here, so maybe he already kind of knows that there is a high probability of this coming his way. We're going to have to wait and see. I like this as well. soO taking a 4th base here. There it is. Another... hatchery, as well as a macro hatchery here, guys. To be fair, Kaiser, I mean, they usually only do it on this map, to be fair, but as there are so many angles to really make use of those Oracles here. The status wall traps, of course, also very strong in those tiny choke points on this map. Alright, let's just see. Let's just see how much damage is going to happen here. A couple of Hydralisks are on the map, but those Hydralisks can melt to a good amount of Oracles here, and in they come. Yep, immediately jumping on the opportunity, killing a Queen, killing a Hydralisk here. Alright, coming through. Yeah, a couple of Hydras here are gonna... Again, you know what? Yeah, that might be enough here for soO doing a very good job so far against this. 3 oracles have gone down. 3 of them as well. On very low HP. And not much damage has been found so far. This, you know what? This is a rough position now for Zest. Okay, okay. What kind of a follow-up would this be now? The Overseer as well, just happily sitting on top of the Protoss base, seeing all of these gateways going down, and the Templar Archives in full vision here. Storm could be very strong against this, of course. Archons could be pretty strong against this too. But yeah, let's just wait and see if Storm is going to get created here, of course, by Zest. He does have that 3-base economy, but is he going to go for a 4-base here? Especially after those oracles not really doing all too much. soO just reading that situation absolutely amazingly. I'm not completely sure, guys, if he actually did fly in with that Overseer at some earlier point in the game here. He very well may have, right? Because we did see that Overseer already on top of those Stargates after the oracles. But anyway, soO, he is adding a whole lot of road or links here. He might be going for a little bit of an offensive. A lot of Banelings being warped in. And you know what? Those gateways from Zest are going to help out quite nicely here. I suppose this is a good call from soO after beating back those oracles as heavily as he did. Alright, in come those Banelings. Great force fields though. Of course, no Ravagers here to break those. And you know what? As long as the force fields stay good, Zest should be okay here. But, I mean, he only has 1 more sentry with energy here. The Storms need to be great as well. And so far, they definitely have been hitting their mark. Oh my god, the Banelings! Ooh, that was so close. Just barely in time with the morphing into the Archons here, but I'm not sure if it's gonna matter as there's still so many Banelings, so many Hydralisks ready to absolutely annihilate anything Protoss here on this side of the map, and GG is called again. soO taking game number 6 and bringing it back, guys. He's bringing it back 2-4 right now. Can he do it? 3 more wins are necessary. Maybe I'm a little bit too quick with calling the comeback. I mean, Zest is still going to have to feel very, very comfortable here. Game number 7, guys. We're going to the map of all the maps, the holy grail of this season, Purity and Industry. It is very interesting to see what players actually do on this map every single time. soO, I mean, finally finding some kind of a foothold here in the match. And being able to get himself 2 victories here in a row. There he is. Alright. Alright. Exciting, guys. Should have done more oracles. Yeah, that's the way. That's the way, right? when 7 oracles fail, make 25. I think he had even more than 7. I think it was on like 10 maybe. Maybe even more. Who knows in total. Or less. Who knows? I didn't count. I wasn't paying attention. Alright. Game number 7, guys. Purity and Industry. A whole lot of stuff can happen here. Corridor. I'm not sure. Is that corridor or corridor? Corridor? I'm not sure. Anyway, thank you for the follow, my man. Hope you're having a blast watching these games. As much as I am having. Because these ones have been pretty cool so far. I really thought, oh, it's going to be a 5-0. Oh, well. I mean, Zest, he is just unfortunately the best. And soO looks like he's just not really in the mood right now to really have his A game up and ready to roll. But you know what? Pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. In the top left. Wait, no, this is not the top left. All right, let's go to the 12 o'clock location. The Raise Your Edge Protoss in the blue. He is Zest. And here on the 3 o'clock location, the Afrika Freaks Red Zerg, he is soO. Once again, gonna get blocked by this probe from getting a very quick hatchery here. Alright, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. soO realizing he's been getting blocked, so He's gonna go straight ahead, making that spawning pool, making the extractor here. No time to waste, of course. Zest moving back, realizing, you know what, you still don't have enough money to make that. Alright, let me try to still get a little bit annoying here. After getting... Ooh! Blocking the pylon that was trying to block the hatchery there. And that's rough. That is very rough. A very delayed hatchery here for soO. As Zest, you know what, he does see... Yeah, this is just what Zest has been doing a lot here, ZvP. He's been going for this probe a whole lot at a time, going for the hatchery blocking here over and over again. I thought, you know, a couple of times as well, he was going to go for that proxy, but he just really loves to block those hatcheries, it turns out. Likes to bring the game into an awkward situation here for his opponents, but the timings just don't match up as well anymore. Cybernetics core and a Nexus already on the way, of course, for Zest. Don't see that too often, the hatchery and the first hatchery and the first Nexus being built around the same time. But hey, that's what we're having right now. And let's see if soO goes for a quick third base here. Once they get rid of those scouting probes here, sees that it is on this side. It's a little bit wary that it might have been in his main base there as well, perhaps, but does find it. Makes it move out of there. And, yeah. Alright. Gateway tech was created here. No Stargate yet from Zest. But he doesn't have the gas yet to do so either. I think maybe the proxy pylon here to block that hatchery may have delayed a little bit the gas timing, and then in turn as well, kind of delaying the overall attack here for Zest. Unless if he's just doing something completely different. That is a possibility, of course, as well. And yeah, alright, robotics facility first here. Is this going to be... You know, I'm not even sure what this is going to be. I don't even know. Zest has just been bringing out absolutely all sorts of different builds here. Continuously. Overlord finding it difficult to get himself in a good position here. An awkward little ramp there. Or high ground to sit upon. Alright, so what is gonna happen here now for these two players? I'm a bit stumped. I'm a little bit stumped. Okay, Stargates as well. 2 Stargates. Alright, yeah, that makes sense, right? that's how you do. That's how you do. Robotics facility into 2 Stargates. That is the common opening here. Off of 2 base as well. Yep, that's the way you do it. So it's going to be a War Prism. Perhaps a little bit of a aggression coming out with the with a couple of Adepts and War Prism. Roach Warren on the way now as well. They don't do well against well, they do well against War Prism stuff. They don't do too well against Stargate stuff though. Oh, Overlord might be able to spot out. Oh my god, he's going for the base here on the... Oh my god. And soO's gonna... No, he's moving away again. He's getting out of there. Oh my dear lord. Zest, you magnificent bastard. Oh my god. soO. Oh, he saw the War Prism. Immediately his gaming senses were tingling. Alright, Zest going for the island expansion here. Guys, I mean, I promise you weirdness. And here it is. Now, after that, I mean, I feel like this is pretty smart, honestly. It would make sense for the Zerg to try and get into a Spire, right? Try to go into Mutalisk, perhaps, after seeing this base being created here. And then, if you have those Phoenixes already up and rolling, you're just gonna slap soO down so incredibly hard. But instead of that, we're seeing soO going for what looks like to be the Roach aggression, perhaps again, once more here. He has a good... open amount of supply. He's making more and more roaches and zerglings, so he's just gonna go for a frontal attack, which in turn as well is not that great if you have a lot of phoenixes. So this is gonna be a very weird and interesting situation. The shield batteries are gonna have to do a whole lot of work here. Zerglings now nibbling away. Need to get surface area on most of these units, but you know what? So far, maybe a little bit too early with the units here for soO. Yeah, just doesn't have the forces to keep breaking those force fields. And you know what? Those Phoenixes completely lifting up those Ravagers over and over again. And wow, okay, yeah, I guess that's really good by Zest. Oh my dear lord. soO dropping the ball there. Not coming in at the right time there, I suppose. Not opening up with enough units. Going in a little bit unprepared with his pants still on his ankles, running off the toilet there. And then just tripping and falling. Toilet paper still in between. In between the butt cheeks. I don't know. I don't know, guys. That was crazy. That was a weird game, honestly. And yeah, soO dropping the ball there. I thought he would just win that one. And voila. I guess that's what happens. Those Phoenixes did a whole lot of work there, honestly. And especially using those sentries as well. Those sentry numbers, that was really brainy from Zest there. Just seeing that happening, already unfolding in his mind's eye there. And absolutely amazing stuff there from Zest, honestly. That's brilliant. I would not have gone for sentries in that situation. And I would not have just kind of put together the pieces that I'm just going to lift up the Ravagers so they can't bile down the force fields. And then I'm just going to kill everything because I have force fields. Man, that was crazy. Man, that was a great series. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Kozen. I do casting on Alpha X, which is this place over, I guess you're here right now. Hit us up, give us those follows. We do a whole lot of stuff. We do Junior Cups, we do, you know what, we are actually, next Saturday, we are having the Junior Cup Finals. So if you want to hang out with those, make sure to check them out. And I'm not completely sure actually what we're doing next, but you know what, that's just more reason to go check out our Twitter page and keep up to date with us over there. Anyway, guys, I'm not quite sure what else I'm supposed to be saying here. Maybe I'm just supposed to be looking out for somebody that we could host here. Let me see who is all, which of my fellow Alpha Axis are streaming right now. We have another follow here. Kaiser, you weren't following us already? Jeez, man. All right, I guess, yeah, sure. Chicken Man. Yeah, let's just do a Chicken Man host, shall we? Let's just do a Chicken Man host. Alright, so here we go. Rating Chicken Man SC. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for... Wait, okay, I typoed it. Alright, Chicken Man SC. That should be the one. There it is. Alright. So have a good time there, guys, with Chicken Man. Say hello for him. He's just chilling between ESL casts right now, so go check him out. He's gonna be casting, I think, soon again, hopefully. Otherwise, I don't know. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Talk to you later. Very much appreciate you, and yeah,